Hi, it's Leela, the proud poly kinky queer slut. Today's question is, have you tried having agreements with yourself? This is something that one of my favorite poly podcasts did an episode on recently, and I loved it. It was multi-amory, if anybody's curious, and it was about having agreements with yourself. And the question was, we're familiar with the concept of having agreements in our relationships, things that we agree with our partners that we will do or not do in our relationships. But have you had agreements with yourself around that? Or do you want to have those agreements with yourself, and agreements around your values, what you want, and what you're going to do to facilitate that, and how you're going to prioritize things in your life. I really like this concept because it's related to boundaries and like the difference between a boundary and a rule, and how a boundary is really something that you set for yourself. So you might say, for example, I am not going to spend time in environments where I don't feel like people are treating each other with respect. And then if you find yourself in an environment where people are not treating each other with respect, you leave. You take yourself and go. Nobody else needs to enforce that for you. It's something you can just do. So that's a boundary. And an agreement with yourself is very similar to a boundary, but it is being more flexible with, like, if I find myself in a situation where I have choices to make, I'm going to make the choice that maximizes, my value of happiness, or my value of autonomy, or my value of closer connection with a friend, or with friends and family. So it's thinking about the same things that we might ask partners for, but then taking that and applying it to yourself and saying, well, what are my partner agreements with myself? I love taking this also to the extent of like being a person who meets your own needs and who is responsible for meeting your own needs. So for example, if you're feeling lonely all the time, you might have a self-agreement that is, okay, when I'm feeling lonely, I'm gonna agree that I'm gonna stop and think about all the ways in my life that I'm not lonely, all the things in my life that are not lonely. Or maybe my agreement with myself is, I'm feeling lonely. When I feel lonely, I'm gonna go ahead and send a message to a friend. It just empowers you to make the choices. And I think that anything that you can do to empower yourself to make your life better is a very, very good thing, and good for you generally. So anyway, just an idea. I hope you find it helpful. I'm planning to start thinking more about agreements with myself, and I just thought I'd throw that out there for you too. This is Leila, the proud poly kinky queer slut. Have a great day.